I have a 2006 Volvo S60R.
How was the experience getting this car?
Pretty average. Walked in the dealership, looked at the car, and then offered them $5,600 and they accepted it.
How long did it take to find this car?
About a month, because these cars are pretty rare. There's not a lot on Craigslist, so I had to search for about a month until I found this one. And then when I went to saw it, I was like, all right, this is the one, this is perfect, so I got it.
What made you get this one?
Well, this one has a body kit. Most others don't, and this one also is bright red, so it's like super hot boy and stands out. So
what's different on the body kit?
There's lips, side skirts, and diffusers in the back.
Any performance upgrades done to it before you bought it?
Not before I bought it, but once I bought it, I put a custom exhaust on it.
What is your favorite thing about the car?
Probably the 300 wheel horsepower and all-wheel drive. Just gets you around corners like in an instant.
Ripping it and sending it all the time. What's your MPG?
About 5 city and about 16 average highway.
What's the worst thing about this car?
Probably the suspension, because it maxes out going over bumps and anything you hit like over 25 miles an hour.
And it's definitely fast and definitely feels the bumps.
How is the suspension worse than having 5 miles a gallon?
I'm not too worried about the gas because, you know, it goes fast, so I'm not worried about it. But the suspension is another problem because it maxes out and it sounds like shit when you go over bumps.
Do you pay for your own gas?
Yeah, I pay for my own gas.
How much a week do you pay in gas?
Probably like $50 a week.
What's your favorite thing about the whole car?
The horsepower.
With that much horsepower, have you ever raced anyone?
Oh, there's always a lot of races that go down, but you gotta keep it on the down low.
What's the fastest car that you've gone against?
Probably an STI, but this thing pulls on STIs no problem, so.
Do you have any crazy stories about having this car?
I mean, not too crazy, but on the way back from Escondido, I hit 140 miles an hour on the freeway. That was pretty crazy.
What did it feel, how long and what did it feel like when you hit 140?
It didn't, I mean, this car holds up really well. It really didn't feel like anything. It felt like it could keep going, but I stopped because 140 is fast, so.
Did it have any shakes or anything when you're going that fast?
A little shaking, but not much, like not really, you can tell. Like it cruises at like 100 when you can't even feel anything, so.
Have you ever got pulled over in it?
Not yet.
What are your plans with this?
Probably just do some performance upgrades, strut bars, air intake, blow-off valve, basic stuff, and then once I get like an actual career, I'm probably gonna track this thing and make it into a track car.
Now, what performance upgrades are you thinking about?
Probably a cold air intake, front mount intercooler, because these cars run kind of hot, so kind of need something to cool it down a little bit, because you can't really run it all the time.
What have you done to the car so far?
I have a custom exhaust on it.
What brakes do you have on it?
Brembos all around, 4-pin.
Would you get this car again?
Definitely like probably the best car you can get for your money. Most fun.
Now, why would you get it?
Because it has all the perks that you need. All-wheel drive, 300 horsepower is a lot, and has racing interior, so like a little bit bucket seats, so it holds you in. Basically perfect for the money.
Now, how's it daily driving this car?
Daily driving's fine, but the only problem is the gas mileage.
What about the windshield wipers for the headlights?
Okay, yeah, for sure. Definitely the windshield wipers for the headlights is definitely the most odd thing about this car, but I think it's hilarious, so.
You ever use those?
Well, the left side doesn't work and doesn't really rain in California, so I rarely ever turn them on.
Has anyone messed with your car?
Yeah, a lot of people at school put up the windshield wipers, but that's about it.
Are you planning to do any cosmetic work to this car?
Getting rid of like the small, what's it called? Clear coat. Clear coat's like peeling off, probably. Just gonna do that, and then probably that's about it.
What's the service at Volvo like?
The service at Volvo is pretty good. Like anything below 170,000 miles, they'll do free service, and this thing only has 130,000, so it's perfect.
No years requirement?
No year.
Just 170,000.
170,000.
So your wheels, they're black. Is that factory?
No, the wheels actually come silver out of the factory. I just painted them yesterday to be black because I think it looks a lot better. than the silver looked.
How did you paint them? Because they look very professional.
I used satin paint with clear coat, and I did like 6 coats of the black and then like 4 coats of clear coat.
Did you sand them?
Yeah, I sanded them prior to painting them.
How long did it take you to do that?
It took like 4 hours to do all 4.
What about that rear spoiler?
Oh, the rear spoiler came stock. That thing puts out fat downforce though. Like, you can feel it.
Does it make it squat?
Oh yeah.
Squats for the guys?
Oh yeah, tons.
Modifications for the cold air intake. How do you plan to what type of cold air intake?
It's gonna be a custom built cold air intake that leads from the manifold down to where the fog lights are, and then I'm gonna have a custom vent that brings in air, and then the intake will be right there, bringing like the coldest air rather than being in the engine bay where it's like hotter. It will bring cold air from the outside. And also, if you do a custom air intake, you can hear the blow-off valve or the wastegate when you take it off, because it has like a sensor right now that makes it not hearable, but when you take it off, you can hear it a lot.
Now, did you get that inspiration from the Hellcat?
I don't get any inspiration from the Hellcat.
Why not?
Because it's a Dodge.
What's wrong with Dodge?
What's not wrong with Dodge?
Now, with the cold air intake, so you're gonna have a hole in your front bumper?
No, it will look the same, but this one will just have like mesh and then a circle instead of just like the light there and how that looks right now.
So just like the Dodge?
Yeah, just like the Dodge.
But you don't like that?
No, I don't like Dodge.
But you like the features?
I guess.
2006 Volvo S60R, first time driving. All-wheel drive, 300 wheel horsepower. Turbo. Now, have you noticed, whoa, that's really tight. While driving this, yeah, this thing is nice and tight. I would say it's actually tighter than a STI the same year. I drove one at work once, and very fun, but honestly, this car feels a little bit faster. Yeah, I just did this road yesterday in my Z with my brother's girlfriend's sister that's from Korea. She was only here for 1 day, so I took her out at night on it. I was going like 90 down this, and she was like, she doesn't speak any English. So I'm just driving and she's, this is the funniest shit. All right, good little break there. Just more time for acceleration. It doesn't oversteer or understeer at all. It's very nice feeling. I've driven a STI the same year. I've driven a Focus ST. This feels a lot more confident than both of those, and actually feels faster than those two. Now I know this has an exhaust on it, so probably frees up the turbo a little bit, but you can definitely feel it. That's less restrictive to the turbo and gives it a good amount of power. That's just great, you know. Oh, what a nice biker here. Oh, what a lad you are. Taking a turn so we can just go straight for the next 10 miles. And we're back again. The road's really busy today. And that turbo kicks in. Boy, does it kick in. Oh, 6 miles an hour. 7 miles an hour. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. 8 miles an hour. That is, whoa, that is a nice little lump there. 8 miles an hour, wow. Just good old 8 miles an hour, nothing more. Now, I've driven an S3 or S4 at work once, and very solid, very quick car, but this is just a whole nother thing. This, you can tell there's pedigree and heritage behind this car. It's very fast for $5,700. Hands down, best deal you can get. Holds 5 people, and you know what they say, 4 doors, 4 whores. Now these are the same brakes for a Nismo 370Z, and boy, do you feel it. You really do feel it. Thank you, Spencer, for letting me drive your car. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow on Instagram, follow on Twitter. Please email me if you allow me to video your vehicle. I want to film all vehicles, doesn't matter what it is, trucks, RVs, anything. if you have a train, really hit me up. I really want to drive a train. Thank you. Goodbye.